Bada boom, bada bang, bada bop. Altra. First Altra road shoe on the channel today. And if you are looking to try a new brand of running shoes, you might want to check out the Supwell app. Supwell app is the best place to buy, sell, and trade gently used running shoes like this pair of Altra FWD Via right now. I could list this on the marketplace because it's in pristine condition, very gently used. Fewer than, I'm not going to tell you how many miles I put on this right now. You have to watch the video to know how many miles I put on this right now. But if you're looking for a new pair of shoes, check out Supwell. Link is in the description below. We also have the best hobby jogger community out there. It's a place where we come together, help each other with training, post our wins, post our questions, ask and answer any queries that we might have about our training journey. So shout out to everyone on the Supwell app. Shout out to everyone who was running marathons last weekend. My guy Andy went 2:53. My guy John went sub 4. There were a few other hobby joggers and sickos on the app who ran different. My guy Sergio, he ran an 18-miler out in California. Shout out to everyone putting in the work on the Supwell app. It's not just about the races. It's about the training. It's about the consistency. It's about getting after it appropriately. Appropriately getting after it. So we're back outside today. Enjoy this video. Journey from Chicago back to Mint Hill. Let's do it.
Have a good one, guys, and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know.
There you go. How are you guys enjoying Chicago? I kind of see
Dude, the women's colorway is so much better.
Oh, for real? Yes, absolutely. Let me write that down. So, the Proctor what? Proctor Productions. I agree. Good one.
The 10?
Yeah.
Looks like Clifton's.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good. Good for you.
I gotta ask, where'd you get that hat?
It's my brand.
Oh, no way. That's cool. Is it just hobby jogger or is it something else?
Supwell is my company,
Okay.
and our tagline is Hobby Jogger.
I like it.
Yeah, we'll do a drop.
Is Carbon Country, is that also?
Yeah, that's my brand too. Yeah, this is my card. You can follow the YouTube, and we'll do another drop with the hat soon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Good. Oh, sorry. Can we get one more white as well?
White?
Yeah. If there's one.
He's a bulldozer. That's good. I heard that actually.
He's actually super comfy. It's like a more comfortable Clifton.
Yeah. Gotta have a lot more room for the toes.
Yeah.
4mm job. Sometimes breathable.
Yeah, these are great. Yeah, super roomy toe box, and much more room than the Hurricanes. Little walk test here. Yeah, the foam is nice. This foam is actually solid. I like these. Very cute. She looks like Killer Cam. She looks like Juvenile. The do-rag. Alright, Charlie doesn't even know who Juvenile is. Alright, day 3 in Chicago.
I bought myself these shoes at the expo, and I'm not going to be walking around town with the camera today to bother Charlie, but I am going to take them out of the box here and lace them up, do a quick overview. So this is the, what are these called? Forward Via. This is Altra's new max cushion shoe. 4mm drop, and the cool thing that I'm most excited about is they have a new foam, EGO Flo. It also feels really lightweight. We'll have to throw it on the scale when we get back home to the shoe market. But I think this is a sharp looking shoe, and I saw a lot of people, it looks fine online and it looks pretty basic holding it in my hand, but I saw a lot of the Altra guys wearing this at the Altra booth in Chicago, or in the expo, and I thought it looked solid, right? Mm-hmm. They looked pretty good on foot. They have a clean, all tan colorway. I went with this white and blue. I typically don't love colored midsoles. I like them white typically. It sounds weird, but I typically like the colored upper with the white foam. But this one looks pretty good, and the foam, so pushing it in, it doesn't quite feel like any other training foam out there. I'm trying to place it maybe a little bit like a Brooks DNA Loft that's in the glycerin, but it feels lighter than that. I'm guessing this is around 290 grams, maybe even Novablast levels of light. So draw here is wide toe box in the front, and I actually laced this up at the expo after wearing my Sauconys, and man, it is so much more comfortable than the Sauconys. I'm going to steal Charlie's shoe real quick. This is her shoe. This is a New Balance, but you can see, and of course it's in her size. What a typical shoe will do is it tapers up at the front like a triangle. Altra keeps it wider out at this point here, so hopefully should be comfortable. And I did walk around the expo and thought it was pretty nice. It almost looks like a cooler, more comfortable Clifton. I don't know about cooler, but more comfortable Clifton. Good rubber coverage too. And little Barefoot Mafia nod with the 5 toes on the bottom. Looks like waves.
It looks like the ocean, like the colorway.
Oh, this colorway? Yeah, I like this colorway. Long laces. All right, lacing up the Forward Via here. By the way, the Forward, if you see that in any Altra shoe, Forward, it means 4mm drop. So they came out with the Forward, I actually forget what they called it, but they have a standard daily trainer version of this. People like it. I'm blanking on the name. It's called Forward something. This is a higher stack version of that. And then they also have the Via Olympus, which is their road max stack shoe. That is still 0 drop, and it uses an older version of foam. So this is playing off of 2 existing names that they have. A little bit weird. I wish they called it something different because it's a bit confusing. But Forward, that's the 4mm drop, and then Via means road. So this is their new 4mm drop road cushioned boy. And it's not a super max stack shoe. I don't know the specs off the top of my head, but it's not above 40 in the heel. On foot though, this is clean. I feel like I'm on a pair of crispy Air Forces. Look at this. What do you think?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Also, it goes well with your outfit.
Yeah, this is Supwell certified colorway for sure. I like it. And so yesterday I ran my marathon, 2:39 PR baby in Chicago. So legs are of course beat up. I am not running today. And I thought it would be a fun test to see how these do for some walking. I've been walking a lot in the Bruscos Mass. Side note, the Saucony Hurricane, which I was also walking in at the expo, not very comfortable. That was hurting my feet a little bit because of the narrowness, but this is comfortable. It's got room. I have room to spare. That's one of the issues with these anatomical toe boxes actually, is Altra and Topo. Both of them were running a little bit short, but they fixed that in here in the 10.5, and it actually feels like it might be running long now, which is a bit silly. But I would rather have more room than less room, and fit here is nice. So with that, we're gonna go explore the city. I'll see you when I see you. I don't know when that is. One more thing before we go out. I wanted to give a shout out to Lost Range CBD. I said this in my video well, it's not yesterday because I don't know when this is posting out, but in my race recap video, that pretty much the only recovery product I use is CBD. I don't have a go-to brand, but this one is solid. They were giving this out at the expo, Lost Range. Yeah, oh, Charlie says great ingredients. Okay, cool. So this is the Icy Hot competitor or BioFreeze competitor, but BioFreeze and Icy Hot, those are not Supwell certified. I'm not putting factory chemicals on these legs, okay? And then they have Skin Salve. Do you see this one, Charles?
No.
It's probably no camphor here. I'm good. I don't even know what it is. But yeah, this does have camphor. If you are a nursing mother, I'm guessing you're not a nursing mother if you're watching this video of an Ultra. Or maybe you are. Maybe you are. Or if you have infants in your household, don't put this on because it has camphor. Don't use Vicks and don't use anything with camphor. But other than that, this is great. I'm taking off my pants actually behind the camera so I can put this on. It's a natural Icy Hot. CBD is from the marijuana plant, and it helps recover your muscles. All right, that's it. I'll see you later. And we found a pour over finally. Shout out to Fairgrounds. So this is the line to get our Tracksmith posters. We didn't even realize it was just right around the corner from the coffee shop. Okay. Hi. I'm great. How are you? 2:39:00. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a wonderfully even time.
I know. My goal was 2:40, so I was like, this is perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. Managed to walk around a lot of downtown Chicago in the wet rain in white shoes and not get them dirty. So I'm actually going to hit the treadmill really quick.
I am not running today.
Before my call and get a recovery shakeout in. And we'll do this recovery shakeout. I don't even know what you want to call it, but get some recovery work in. We'll do it in the forward via here to do a quick jog test. Well, it'll be more than that. It'll be a 15-minute recovery run. By the way, shout out to Tracksmith. They had that cool activation over there. I got my time, you can see in here, I got my time stamped. And I also got an expensive polo. Mildly or moderately overpriced likely, but hey, I did not bring any work clothes. I was so locked in on the race, I forgot to bring work clothes. I didn't plan any meals or what we were going to eat here, but now I can wear this for my call. It's a pretty nice polo. So, look at that. But yeah, I'm wasting time talking to you about my Tracksmith haul. Instead of doing that, I'm going to lace these up, do a quick treadmill run, and then we'll be back down here in a jiff. Ready? 1, 2, 3, bang! By the way, I've refused to let Charlie wash this until after Chicago. She's been begging me to clean it. I think it's time. I think it's time. I think I've proven the point with this hobby jogger hat. This is what happens when you grind. When you're locked in, you get dirt on that cap. People say no cap. I told you yes cap. Yes cap every day. I just finished recalibrating my watch here. 2 miles. I'm super rushing, but 2 miles in the ultra forward. 9 something pace. We were just jogging it out. I had to actually pick it up down to, I wouldn't really call it picking it up, but had to speed up the speed of the treadmill down to, is this working? There we go. down to 8:30s because I have a meeting. Nap. But this is a shoe. This is a shoe. I'll give you the full thoughts later, but they're trying to make a Clifton here. As I started picking it up down to 8:30 pace, it's softened up a little bit and it's giving me some more bounce. But at walking and jogging pace for me, it's just not, it's not giving me much. I'll do the full breakdown in a sec after this meeting. Just took that meeting in my Altra FWD Via and Tracksmith. Bang. Old Tracksmith drip. All right, I'm gonna lace these down and then we can do a recap of walking and run performance in these guys. So biggest thing is these are $160. That is a really competitive price point. You have Nimbus, you have more V5 at $155, you have New Balance 1080 V14 at $165, Supernova Prima at $160. There's a lot of bangers at $160. And after the first run, this feels like a solid shoe, but way more in that $140 camp of Nova Blast and Clifton versus Sky Flow and what else is that 160? All those shoes that I just said. So we got about 2 to 3 hours on foot walking, and it was comfortable, but it doesn't feel as max stacked as a lot of the other $160 shoes. And the foam is solid, but it's not super soft. It's not giving me that super soft comfort sink-in feel. So I'm not quite sure what this thing is going to be best for yet. I do want to take it for some serious mileage and pace. I was running 9-minute miles on the treadmill this morning because I just ran the marathon yesterday and I only did 2 miles. So doing a typical 4 to 8 mile run around the neighborhood with strides in there, that's what this might be good for. And the foam does seem like it's going to give us some bounce. Look at this. It gives me some nice response when I push it in. It has that classic supercritical EVA feel to it, maybe even EVA TPU blend. That's the vibe that this is giving me. But for walking, not super squishy and comfortable. This would not even crack the top 10 or 15 walking shoes list. And the heel is a lot narrower than what I'm used to. It feels unstable a little bit. Narrow, unstable, and wobbly compared to the typical max cushion shoes that I'm used to. It's not a super wide base like you'd get out of the Ghost Max or the Hurricane or any of the other max cushion shoes that I typically recommend and that I personally enjoy walking in. So first day experience here, $140 for a $160 shoe that feels more like a $140 shoe. As I picked up the pace a little bit on the treadmill, so down to the 830s instead of the 930s, I could feel some bounce. So I do think we're going to get more bounce and some fun out of this shoe once we get some miles in it. But I'm just not sure why anyone would buy this shoe at $160 when there's so many established brands with bangers at $160 and below. So pricing seems off to me. And if they're looking for this to be the Clifton competitor, this better have a really good ride once we get out there and go, because Clifton is $15 cheaper than this. So not blown away after the first day. The comfort is just okay. It's a 5 to 6 out of everything. The looks are solid, but not amazing. It looks fine. It feels fine. It's just a shoe. So with that, I'm going to go shower, do the rest of my thing, and then I'm going to get some miles around Mint Hill with this guy at some point. See you then. We got to pack up this room, man. I'm already 6 minutes late for checkout. Gosh dang. Little boy's still talking about Rick Owens and Raph Simmons. Nah, you gotta mix the Tracksmith with the Carbon County. That's that hobby jogger chic. That's that hobby jogger chic. Bang! Goodbye, Hilton Garden Inn hotel room. You were very good to us. Awesome views. Lots of sirens. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. Lots of sirens here, but awesome views. Close by to the Trader Joe's. If you're going to do the Chicago Marathon, I highly recommend this hotel. You can jog to the start line, get a nice warm-up in, 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away, and it's just removed enough from the fracas, And the fracas, that's a Defender swerving through traffic. Look at that thing. Bang. See you guys back on Mint Hill. We gotta protect the PR. Protect the PR. Home sweet airport. We got miles to go, baby. Miles to go. Woo! Back at the shoe market, baby. Look at this. It's a beautiful thing. We are back. We are back. You know what? We're not just back. We're back and we're better. We're back and we're better. We gotta hang this up somewhere. Bang! Gotta hang this up somewhere. All right, let's take these weird shoes out. And at this point, I think it's a tradition. Every time I come back from an event, I have to carry Ultras through the airport. I carry these through which airport did I carry these through? Denver, not these. The Larry June Ultras I carried back from Running Warehouse to the Denver airport. So today, or yesterday, I carried these back from Chicago to here. Ultra, probably the least cared about running brand. Put some respect. I don't know if we should put some respect on Ultra. Let's weigh in this guy though. Inner flex, flexing on him, bro. It's not very flexible. It's actually not very flexible. What's up, buddy? Reevesy's putting in work on the bike. Shout out to Nana and Papa watching the kids when we were gone. Putting in the work at the Mint Hill homestead. All right, let's throw this guy on the scale. My guess this is around 290. It is a light shoe. It feels light in my hands. Wow. Even lighter than I thought. 270. What's up, buddy? What am I talking about? The Altra FWD Via. Can you say Ultra? Yeah. Putting in the work on the bike? All right, let's give some context here. So Brooks Ghost Max, by the way, still the most comfortable shoe in the game. I tried to wear the Hurricane this weekend. I wore the FWD Via yesterday. I just keep coming back to this. I wore this for around the airport. Throw this guy on the scale, 308.5 grams. And it doesn't feel like a particularly heavy shoe. Now, Clifton, which is a decently lightweight daily trainer, 272 grams. So this is what I'm saying. Ultra is coming for Hoka with this. They're looking to get their Clifton here. Similar drop, similar weight, stack height. I'm not sure what they are on paper, but you can look with your eyes. Very similar stack height. The design and the vibe also looks really similar. Ultra is looking to look at the curve of it feels like a Clifton. That was my first thought when I put this on. So spec similar to the Clifton. Foam though, I think this foam is going to give us a little bit more life than the compression molded EVA and the Clifton. Now, let's show this guy on the scale. Nova Blast, 280 grams, so 10 grams heavier, but you get a lot more foam out of the Nova Blast. Look at that width. And this is what I said yesterday, the heel of the Ultra just feels a little bit narrow. We're talking about the Ultra versus the Asics. The heel of the Ultra feels a little bit narrow and not that substantial, and the Nova Blast is $20 cheaper. So Ultra fumbled the bag with the pricing on this one. This should have been $140 given all the other options on the market. And let's throw one last shoe on the scale, $160 shoe. This is the Asics Gel Nimbus, 320 grams, so 50 grams lighter in the Ultra. However, you get more foam in the Nimbus. Look at the width, look at the height. Also, the comfort of the Nimbus walking around is a lot better than the Ultra. The Ultra, this is not a shoe I would reach for. I said this yesterday. This is not going to go in my top 10 or top 15 most comfortable shoes. So lightweight, yes. Comfortable, medium comfortable. Let's see how it does for a real run today. For jogging on the treadmill, it was fine. Let's lace this thing up, go for a real run, and then we can close this bad boy out. Oh, hold on. QA check, Ultra QA check. Let's see, VF Corporation. See if the VF Corporation is putting in the work. You come here to the Mint Hill Shoe Market and let me do an entire analysis of the lightweight of the shoes, and it turns out there's a 10 gram difference. It's disrespectful to what we stand for here at the shoe market. It's disrespectful to the patriarchy, Reevesy. It's absolute disgrace here. You say, it's disrespectful. Oh my gosh, man, it must be glove season. I can't even talk because it's so cold down here. Glove season for sure. This is probably gonna be my first glove run. I don't even know where they are. Holy cow. So this is the second time lacing up the Ultras. The fit and feel of Ultras is just weird. It's weird with the pizza shape. You get this in the Topo too. The narrow heel with the wider toe box. I don't like it. Widen out the heel. Why am I talking?
Yeah.
We're talking about the Ultra. Ultra.
Yeah.
What kind of shoes are you wearing? Yeah, blue shoes that are all wet. Are they Saucony?
Yeah.
Can you say Saucony? No, that's a weird berry. Do not eat that. All right, I'm gonna do this run. What do you think, Reevesy? See you in a bit? Yeah, all right. Yeah, baby. Smells like a 239 PR. I told you guys when we were jogging it out here last week. I said, man, these Mint Hill streets, they needed a break. You've been beating the roads. And it's PR weather. But we are back. Rebuild mode. An early overreaction was not early at this point because I ran 2 miles in this shoe yesterday and I walked around downtown Chicago with it. So appropriate reaction is that this shoe is fine. It's fine. It's an anatomically correct glycerin. That's the vibe I'm getting. $160. Firmer foam, some bounce to it. When running at my normal speeds, definitely not a soft max cushion gang recovery shoe. And with the way stack heights are going, this you already know what it is, man. No weeks off. Waste Pro out here putting in work. We're back at the shoe market, getting it in. What do you think this was? I don't know what they thought it was, man. We already got people out here saying they're waiting on the 229 build. All right, 6 miles and 27 hundredths, 7:39 pace, 47 minutes, 58 seconds. So GoPro died at mile 1. I'm happy to report this is not an overpriced Clifton. It's not an overpriced Clifton, thankfully. Oh my goodness. If the world needs one thing, it's not an overpriced Clifton. I didn't say that. What's the right way to say that? If the world doesn't need one. We don't need any more overpriced fake Cliftons. Here's what I was going to say, though, man. So I'm 2 days off of the marathon PR. It's Tuesday. I ran Sunday. And yes, we're out here getting after it. 48-minute run. 7:39 pace. Recovery pace for most of it. I threw some strides in there. I'm not recommending that everyone goes out and runs 45 minutes 2 days after their marathon. However, my body is accustomed to running high mileage. And on a typical Tuesday, I would run anywhere from 14 to 20 miles. So running 45 to 50 minutes at a light pace 2 days after a marathon for my body is okay. Now, I would recommend getting out walking for 20 to 30 minutes. If you can, power walk in maybe, bumping some Future or Currency in the headphones, feeling the good vibes after the marathon. I would recommend that. And if your mileage is higher and you're a more experienced runner doing it for 3, 4, 5 years plus, go ahead and run a few days after the marathon. Now, am I going to go and start ripping 24-mile long run this weekend with 10 miles at a 6 flat pace? No, absolutely not. I'm taking it day by day. If I were super sore, or if I had Achilles tenderness, or if my knee were hurting, and if anything felt off, I would have stopped at 4, or I would have not run altogether. So we're checking in every day and doing what feels right. Who knows? Maybe I won't even run tomorrow. I'm just taking it day by day, but running helps me mentally. I have a pitch today and for my 9 to 5. So getting out here, getting some morning miles in will help clear the head. It helps reset back to normal, back to the schedule. And if I'm not putting too much stress on my body, then why not? So a great day back here in Mint Hill, 6 miles on the books. Woo! 239, we're feeling fine. They're telling me to drop the 229 build already, man. They won't let me take a break. Shout out to everyone who supported. Shout out to everyone who said we could do it. No more hater talk. Shout out to everyone who said, I know you can go sub 240. I love you guys. Bada boom. Back in Mint Hill, back at the shoe market, back in the street with another new shoe, Altra FWD Via. You know what I was thinking when I was out there? I review a lot of shoes, I buy a lot of shoes, I research a lot of shoes, I keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on with shoes, and I had no idea what this shoe was called. I knew about this shoe's existence. I knew Altra was dropping a new 4mm daily trainer, more of a high cushioned counterpart to the existing low drop 4mm drop shoe, but I couldn't for the life of me remember what it's called. And the weird thing is they came out with the first version of this line last year, the 4mm drop shoes. I think they called it Forward Flow or Forward Motion. Then they changed the name of that shoe to call it Forward something, and now this is the FWD Via. And if you look at it, it looks like 6 random letters just stamped there. So very confusing name. Please give this shoe a different name. That's not Charles in the Mom Wagon. That is a random Subaru going off the back side of the loop, Subaru Crosstrek. And this is a shoe that a Subaru owner might wear. Altra and Subaru, there's a big Venn diagram of Altra owners and Subaru drivers right here. So we got 6 miles in the Altra FWD Via. It's hard for me to even say that name. They should give this a real name, like Nova Blast or Skyflow or Nimbus. Give this shoe it deserves a real name. FWD Via, that's not a real name. That's 2 words stuck together, and forward isn't even a word. It's just letters. That's just 6 letters. Run from this morning. We did have the data from this run. By the way, I didn't realize Charlie took a video. She took a video of me as I was walking back to her on Sunday, when I realized, or I'd known for 2 minutes that my PR was deleted off my watch. Just look at it.
What happened?
I ran my goal, but it got deleted.
Oh, on your burrows? Oh, it doesn't matter. We have all your splits.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah, but I like to have it. This stupid blanket, like as soon as I crossed the finish line, it deleted the event.
Well, but we have the...
Yeah, the official thing.
Yeah,
What did
yeah.
I run?
239 flat.
239 flat?
Yeah, yeah. Why?
238.
Come on. Hey, congratulations, dude.
So yeah, that was me as soon as I saw Charles, and I wasn't even happy that I hit my goal. I was just annoyed that my PR got deleted. But we have the data today, 6-mile recovery run with some strides in there. First 2 miles, this shoe felt horrible. Not horrible. It felt like a 5 out of 10. It felt standard, average, like a less exciting Nova Blast, which is already not that exciting. The beauty of that shoe is the comfort and lightweight for time on feet, or like a slightly bouncier Clifton at those slower recovery paces. So I came out of the gates at a 7 or 8:30, then I hit a 7:50. Not that comfortable. It has nowhere near the amount of squish that I personally prefer on a recovery shoe, such as a New Balance 1080 V14, or even something like the Puma Mag Max, which is a more versatile shoe. This is not a soft and squishy shoe. So if you're looking for a soft daily trainer and you're hoping this would be it, no. Soft and moderate drop, Brooks Glycerin Max is a great option. If you want to go soft moderate drop at 160, New Balance 1080 V14 is a good option. So this is not a soft shoe. It fails the versatility test, and at $160, that's a tweener zone where sometimes I'm okay with shoes being more specialized. Once we get above 160, we need to have some versatility. Not great for those slow recovery miles. It felt firmer, not the most comfortable. My forefoot is sore from running in the plated shoe and pounding the pavement on Sunday. Just a tiny bit sore, not painful, but I would have preferred to have softer cushion underfoot like the 1080, or just more stack that compresses like the Mag Max, even though it's not the softest shoe. So not a soft shoe. However, got into that run, mile 4, I was just about ready to say this is the Hoka knockoff and it's horrible, and I'm sorry to all the nice folks at Altra who helped me get the shoe, try it on in the booth, and who said they like to watch the channel. I'm just gonna absolutely pile drive the shoe into the ground. That's not the case. I did some strides, baby strides around marathon pace, 6 to 5:45, 10 to 20 second surges, not pushing it, but it was so easy to get down to that 6 flat pace, that marathon pace, and cruise. It felt so easy to turn this over because of the lightweight. So what you're getting out of this shoe is a streamlined, lightweight feel with a decent amount of cushion. You can think of it as a lower drop Vomero, slightly firmer than the Vomero, probably 10% firmer than the Vomero, at a lighter weight with awesome grip, by the way. This is one of the best grips that I've tried recently, and it really grips the ground. The weird toe design they have here works. And I was walking in the rain yesterday in Chicago, and it works. And I ran accidentally on a freshly paved area of the street, and I had no issues going over that slightly wet pavement either. So the grip is great. It gets some really nice bounce once I was going fast, and I'm thinking this could be one of those awesome non-plated tempo shoes. And there aren't a ton of them out right now. I know we have the Super Blast, which some people love as non-plated tempo, and this is not a Super Blast competitor. For me, it feels similar to the Topo Spectre, which is 100% polyether block amide, and I'm not exactly sure what this compound is. It feels to me like an EVA TPU blend, supercritical EVA TPU blend, similar to Light Strike Pro, but with more EVA blended in, and that's what's giving that standard feel. So at my everyday and recovery paces, not the bounciest, but once I got closer to 7, started opening up, giving me some more bounce. Then at 6, it felt great. So like I said yesterday, I was predicting the shoe would be great for strides. It is. If someone's looking for a non-plated, lighter weight, everyday running shoe that can pick up the pace, this is a solid choice. What's holding it back for me for greatness from being at that upper echelon of shoes is the fit and feel isn't my favorite. Yes, you have the wider toe box here. I just don't love the way that these Ultras fit my foot. With the narrower heel in the back, super weird. It's a super weird feeling to have a narrow heel that feels mildly unstable when walking, and then this gigantic wide forefoot. And the other thing is I did feel a little bit of rubbing. I felt some rubbing at this outside of my foot area where I can get on the Saucony. So even though you have the wider toe box, at the point where I have the widest area of my foot, it's still just as tight as an everyday shoe. So also maybe half a size big. I wouldn't size down, and I'm not gonna size down. but the fit and feel isn't completely dialed in. And what really is the thing I would love to see is the rocker. They could make this a Saucony Endorphin Shift competitor. Saucony Endorphin Shift, that was my favorite daily trainer for a while. Also a 4mm drop shoe. Very similar specs to this. This is even lighter weight than the Saucony Endorphin Shift, but the underfoot feel of this does not feel like the Shift. The Shift is super versatile because of that rocker, even though it's firmer than this and heavier than this. So the reason Altra is not putting a gigantic rocker on this, I assume, is because they want it to have more of that anatomical, natural feel, and it does do that. And when I was picking up the pace, I could feel myself gripping more at this forefoot, landing more upright. It is a shoe that is going to encourage the development of strong running. I don't want to use the F word form, but it encourages strong running. I felt that this shoe was working with me to run upright and to run with strength. So that's what a solid daily trainer should do. 160 to me today, 2 runs, 8 miles in, feels steep. Next run I want to do with it will be, maybe I'll do a double day test, but pushing the pace even more. That's where this to me is shining. Similar to the Ultra Boost that I ran in last week, that shoe is on the firmer side, but bouncy. This is even lighter than the Ultra Boost, but just as much bounce, if not 5% more. So this has the potential, this EGO Flo foam, it's a nice foam, has the potential, if it breaks in even more, and let's see, push test here, if it softens up, breaks in, to be a good shoe. It's just not versatile in that it's not gonna be the most comfortable shoe. So if you're looking for a comfortable max stat cruiser, this would not be it. But if you want something protective, moderate drop that can push the pace, I'm impressed with it so far for that use case. So stay tuned. Didn't blow me away, but there is potential for it to be the PJ Tucker of running shoes, right? You guys know who PJ Tucker is? PJ Tucker, one of the few people out there who has more shoes than I do. Not running shoes, basketball shoes. He comes to every game. Is he still in the league, PJ Tucker? I'm guessing he's in the league. He's probably on the Raptors or something random like that. But he's one of those guys who's good at one specific thing. Corner threes. When he was on the Rockets with James Harden, Harden would drive, do his little shimmy shakeout, pass it to PJ Tucker in the corner. He would spot up and hit a three. He's also great at defense. So anatomically correct toe box, if you like that, that's the defense. That's the PJ Tucker defense. And then picking up the pace, getting down to that marathon pace, non-plated, that would be this. And you guys know my take on plated versus non-plated. I don't care whether or not a shoe has a plate, but this feels more, look, it feels more flexible, it feels more natural, even with the stack. You can't do that with a lot of shoes out there. That's why it is a non-plated option that I would potentially, once we do some more testing, recommend to people who are seeking out that non-plated fast feel. It retains some of that natural forefoot flexibility and connection to the ground. So there wasn't a ton of ground feel in the shoe. It does a nice job protecting the legs, but still giving that natural ride in the lightweight bounce. It was fun when I was running some strides. So stay tuned for more testing on this shoe, Altra FWD Via. We're back in action. Let me know what shoes you want to see highlighted on the channel that are currently released. Don't we out here talking about some Adi Zero Evo SL, Adios Pro 4. I'm gonna get to those once they're released. If there's shoes that I have not covered yet that are out, drop a comment below or drop a post on the Supwell app and I'll review them. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. One more thing. 8 miles in here, and we got some good heel scuffage on the rubber. So we'll see how this rubber holds up. Treadmill might have taken off some of that too, because we were on the treadmill yesterday. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for more testing. Even though this video is going to get about 60% of the normal views, I will still run in it. I will still run in Ultra, even though nobody cares about Ultra. Put some respect. Put some respect on the VF-owned Ultra. Put some respect on multinational conglomerates. No, don't put some respect on multinational conglomerates. One more thing. Back at the shoe market, back at the Mint Hill homestead, and we have pizza. Pizza night. this is the return dinner home. Homemade pizza. Is this Publix or TJ's crust? Publix crust, the best crust you can buy in the grocery store. This one is... Oh, well, Charlie said this crust isn't that good, but spinach, olives on this one. This guy has some seitan, a little vegan protein action with pineapple and green peppers. So I'm going to have a bunch of these. Bang.